Hey guys, this is lesson 11-1, and our target for today is I can use models to subtract tens. Now, before we get started, I have a little message for our parents. Now, for this lesson, you're going to need some tools, which are place value blocks. And you may not have place value blocks laying around your house. So, some ideas you could possibly use. We use 10 rods. You may want to use spaghetti noodles, pretzel sticks, cut strips of paper, anything that would represent 10, a group of 10. And for ones, you may want to use cheese puffs, you may want to use goldfish crackers, you may want to use little cut up squares or little torn pieces of paper, just so that the students will know that that is represents 1 and the long ones represent 10. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson. Our lesson comes from the Solve and Share that is on the Weebly or on the Pearson Realize. And so it looks like this when you click on it. It's a Solve and Share. That is something that we do as a group. So let's get started. Now, in our Solve and Share, it says, how can thinking about 4 take away 1 help you find the difference of 40 take away 10 and use place value blocks to help you. Now remember, we said our tools for today is place value blocks, and our target is to use models to subtract tens. Now we've done this when we were adding, and we would add groups of 10, but today we're going to be subtracting. So is the number going to get bigger or is it going to get smaller? That's right. It's going to get smaller because when you subtract, you take away, so your number gets smaller. So let's take a look at what it's asking us to do. What it's asking us to do is we have to think about 4 minus 1. So let's take a look at that equation. 4 minus 1. And also think about 40 take away 10. So let's take a look at these two equations. 4 minus 1 and 40 take away 10. Now, how are these two problems alike? How are they alike? Well, if you think about it, they both have the digits 4 and the digit 1. 4 and 1, 4 and 1. And in the second problem, you're subtracting 1 10 away from 4 tens. In the first problem, you were subtracting 1 1 away from 4 ones. Now, what is the difference of 4 take away 1? Now remember, the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So what is the difference in 4 take away 1? 4 take away 1. That's right, it is 3. So 4 take away 1 equals 3. So think about it for a minute. How can you use that difference to find 40 take away 30? 40 take away 30. Since 4 ones take away 1 1 equals 3 ones, then 4 tens take away 1 10 must equal 3 tens. So 4 take away 1 equals 3. 40 take away 10 equals 30. So 4 ones, 4 tens. 1 1, 1 10, 3 ones, 3 tens. Now, are we finished? Nope. Did we use our place value blocks? No, we did not. So let's take a look at how we can show this using place value blocks. Now, on your paper, on your work mat, you are going to show, you have 2 boxes, and you're first going to show 4 minus 1. So here you're going to have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other part of your subtraction problem is 1. So if you have 4, take away 1, that's right, 4, and then you would take this 1 away, you have 3. So 4 take away 1 is 3. So if we took away the ones and we used 10 rods, there's 10, 20, 30, 40, and then we take away another 10. So 4 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, take away 1 10. That's right, equals 3 tens. So if we were to draw this out, which is another option, parents, if you do not have any materials to make 10 rods, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, straight lines, take away 1 10 equals 3 tens. So this is a way to use place value blocks to show your work. So let's take a look at the next side of the paper. After you've watched your visual learning bridge, you will have a practice on the back side of your paper. And if you notice, boys and girls, it says write the numbers to complete each equation. Now there's a special word on here. It says tens. Now when you see that word tens, you're only writing how many rods that you have. If you do not see the word tens and you have 10 rods, you have to use a 0 to take the place of the tens word. Okay, remember that. If you see the word tens, you're only writing how many 10 rods. If you don't see the word tens, you're going to write the value of the 10 rods. Okay, because 7 ones and 7 tens, there's a big difference. Now, the example has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10 rods. So here you would trace over the number 7 because you write how many tens that you have. Now I see here that they drew a line through one of those, so I'm going to take away 1 10 because I can't say take away 10 tens because 10 tens is 100 and that's way too many. So we took away 1 10, and now let's see how many tens we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would write 6 tens. Now down here, I don't see that word tens, so I'm going to write the value of what I have. So if I write the value, these are 10 rods, I'm going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 7 tens is the same as 70. That's a 7 in the tens place, a 0 in the ones place. Then I'm going to take away 1 10. So 1 10 is the same as 10. And then I'm going to see what I'm left with. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So to write the number 60, it's a 6 in the tens place, a 0 in the ones place. 6 tens is the same as 60. So remember, when you see the word tens, you're writing how many tens. When you do not see the word tens and you're working with 10 rods, you're writing the value of the 10 rods. So let's take a look at number 2. Number 2. Let's first look and count how many tens that we have. So go ahead and do that. When you're subtracting, you always start out with the whole. So don't forget to count those that you marked through. So let's look and see how many tens we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on my paper, I am going to write the number 6 for the whole. So we are starting out with 6 tens. Now, how many tens did they mark through? That's right, 2. They mark through 2 tens. So when I look at my equation, I'm going to take away 2 tens. So our equation says 6 tens take away 2 tens. So now the difference is going to be how many 10 rods I have left. So let's count how many tens we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our difference of 6 tens take away 2 tens is 4 tens. Now that we know how many tens, let's write the value of the tens. So let's take a look at 6 tens. How much is 6 tens worth? How would I find that out? What would I need to count by? That's right, count by 10. So let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 6 tens is worth 60. And then we marked through 2 tens. So what is the value of 2 tens? That's right, you count by tens 2 times. So 10, 20. So 2 tens is 20. So let's see what 60 take away 20 is. How many tens do we have left? 4 tens. What is the value of 4 tens? That's right, 40. So you would count by tens to see what you have left. 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is 60, take away 20 equals 40, which is the same as 6 tens, take away 2 tens equals 4 tens. Very good. So that is how we can use models to subtract tens. Now remember, when you see the word tens, it's wanting to know how many tens. If you do not see the word tens, it's wanting you to tell the value of your tens and how much they are worth. Now tomorrow we will be using another tool. So practice, practice, practice with your place value blocks. And tomorrow we'll be using another tool to subtract our numbers.